I went to get a sack of flour for my parents. We are very hungry. We don't have food or anything. They fired shells at us. They attacked us. They shot at us. There is no food. There is nothing. We want flour to eat. They shot the little ones. They humiliated us.
And in Gaza City, at least 5 Palestinians have been killed in an airstrike in the Zaytun neighborhood. Repeated attacks have caused widespread destruction across the area. Al Jazeera's Ismail Al-Ghul reports.
I'm standing in the middle of Al Zaytun neighborhood. It was one of the most densely populated areas in Gaza City. It was invaded by the Israeli forces on 2 occasions during this war. Before the land offensive, the area was carpet bombed for days, killing and injuring hundreds. Today, dozens of dead bodies remain buried under these ruins, and dozens more are still lying on roads. There's massive destruction, large-scale devastation as the pictures show. Houses leveled, buildings burnt down and infrastructure destroyed.
Destruction on a massive scale beyond any description. Our homes were destroyed. This is all that is left of my property, this though. The last time I called my family was 5 days ago. They told me the situation was dangerous. I asked them to leave. They told me snipers and drones were all around and they couldn't leave. I do not know where they are, killed or buried underneath debris. I appeal to the Red Cross, the whole world, to help us remove this rubble, to find where our families are.
Columns of smoke are still seen rising from buildings which were set on fire by the Israeli forces. They've destroyed every aspect of life in the Gaza Strip, even depriving people of the possibility of returning to their homes.
My family and I were at the home, and all of a sudden, we were showered with missiles and shelling. It went dark, and we were deafened. We kept calling out to one another. Our neighbors, too, started shouting. 3 of their sons were killed, and one of them had his head blown off his body.
These are some of the dead bodies recently recovered from under the ruins in the neighborhood. Most of them are women and children, killed inside their homes as the Israeli missiles and shells fell on their heads. Residents and civilian defense teams, hand in hand, are hoping to find any survivors under this multi-story building.
We are doing our best to recover dead bodies and hoping we can find any survivors. We found some trapped underneath rubble. They'd been there for 10 days without food or water. By the grace of God, they're still alive.
There's large-scale devastation, carpet bombing, followed by a land invasion. There has been the intentional destruction of homes, infrastructure, and every aspect of life in the Gaza Strip.
Ismail Al-Ghul, Al Jazeera, Hayy Zaytun, Madinatu Gaza.
The U.S. has announced it plans to begin airdropping humanitarian aid into Gaza. President Joe Biden also says he will insist that Israel allows more aid trucks into the Strip. Mike Hanna reports from the White House.
At his meeting with the Italian Prime Minister, President Biden announced that the U.S. was going to begin aid drops.